Hi, my name is Leonard Anthony Cacho and I'm a marine navigator. It's been years since I graduated from high school and I still remember it as though it was just yesterday. All those laughters we shared, the ups and downs, man, it was the best. Yesterday, I was phoned by my boss saying I was being reassigned onto another agency somewhere in New York. As soon as I heard the dial tone of my phone went back again, I put my phone back in its rack and started packing. I called the local ticketing agency in the city and heard a familiar voice. "Hello," the woman said. After a surge of nostalgia, I realized that it was Athalia Abigail Cortez's voice, my classmate in my junior and senior years. She told me that the agent was out and she temporarily filled his position. She said, in a few hours, she will be one of the flight stewardesses, along with Eliza Grace Galagate and Jean Carmelite Matugas, of the President's private plane bound for Warsaw, Poland, for another conventional meeting with Karl Maynard Toralba, UN's anti-bullying advocate, as the first speaker. Arriving in New York, I went directly to a hotel called the Modern Day Escape. At the far corner of the lobby, I saw a silhouette of a familiar man, obstructed by the multitude of people. The man approached me and at a few meters away offered his hand. To my surprise, he was Anthony Lou Salvador. Whoa! I never knew he would be the manager here. Being one of his best friends in high school, he offered me a free presidential suite with meals. Ooh, I was so happy. He also said that Ruby Algus is the head chef of the hotel. Wow. My boss phoned me again. Ugh. He told me that I need to update my medical results. I went to the St. Francis Hospital. I was met by Alicia Aragon, Julian Espaldon, and Janila Gas, and Amy Camo. They're registered nurses now. Whoa! When I went to the laboratory, I was even more surprised. Aliani Babosinas, the medical technologist. Cool! We said our greetings, and once more, I met another acquaintance, Maria Teresa Obra, the newly hired medical specialist. On my way out, I saw the hospital's organizational chart with Dr. Jillian Gay Aguado, PhD, at its head. So many smiles in one day, my face muscles are already burned, but it's worth it. Meeting them made me feel ecstatic. Anyway, I went to the Bank of America to check my salary. I went in and saw Nisa Jane Trasmonte, Jonna May Flores, and Mary Camille Kilio. They're accountants here. I called my son, Leonard Jr., and asked him how he was doing. He said that there were 2 new teachers in his school. I asked him who they were, and they were Janista de Vera and Sheila Mabel Bumulo. They were cool teachers, my son said. At the end of the day, I thought to myself, my classmates are professionals now. Time really flies. And most of them are in New York! LOL! Maybe. I turned my television and flipped the channels to balls. UFC was on air. There were 2 men on the octagon and they looked somewhat familiar. I eyed them throughout their match. Those stances, so smooth. Wait! Hey! They're Jamel Kapal and Ronald Angelo Suiman. They made it to UFC. Cool! When I switched on to the other channel, I saw Ian Joseph Anseta on the evening news. A famous oil tycoon, he has attracted investors worldwide. Ian made no comment regarding this issue. On the other news, Kweja May Lambahan has engineered a new drug that dissolves tumors. CNN says they will feature her later this evening. She has also developed vaccines for rare strains of flesh-eating viruses like the Ebola virus. I turned the TV off. There was a Forbes magazine on the table. I grabbed it and I saw Rica Jean de los Santos on the cover. She was hailed as the new CEO of Samsung. I opened my Facebook account. I owe Emil Almejas for giving me his newly developed operating system for free. It was faster than Windows and Apple combined. I saw Kim Brian Pizania, Jenny Taliedo, Junel Castrodes, Christian J. Cabig, Laika May Pugoy, Ira Jenica Sahor, and Zenny Fe Supako advertising their big-time businesses, and we even had a conference call in Skype. Man, I really miss them. My boss, the 59-year-old captain of the relationship, called me again and said there was a change of plans. Again? He instructed me to go to Helsinki, Finland to inspect a cargo vessel suspected of smuggling children. So I went there. Upon my arrival to Finland, I realized that I was 3 days ahead from the inspection. In short, I have 3 days worth of free time. Woo! I went to Akatiminin Kerjakalpa, the city's famous bookstore. I intended to grab a map, but instead, I saw a picture of Joshua Mariano. Oh. The caption above it ran, author of 42 books and editor of 65 sets of encyclopedias. I saw Joshua's works printed in Icelandic, German, and Finnish. I thought they were just translated versions of his work, but the storekeeper told me that Joshua knows 9 languages. Ooh, how cool is that? Patrick Angelo Sevilla called me. He said he has a house in Helsinki and he'd be happy to lend it to me. I went to the address he gave me and I saw his house. My jaw was dropped because of sheer amazement. The design of the house is beyond words. Its craftsmanship was unique and beautiful. No wonder Patrick's an architect. I called him back to thank him and complimented his house. He told me that Ashari Pangompig helped him design the house, and Angelo Mahinay, Vinci J. Olaer, Sheena Dayan Magdadaro, Arsen Largo, and Jacqueline Ibanez engineered its construction. Not only that, they were also world famous in the art of engineering and architecting. They helped restore the Statue of Liberty, Louvre, and the Eiffel Tower back to their perfect state. That was very good news to hear, hands down. After 3 days, I went to the docks. Marine engineer Christian Ranido saluted me. It took me seconds to return the salute back. The ship Angel was already anchored. I saw a note on the boiler room. It said, "If you think there are drugs or any other illegal substances hidden here, you are mistaken, sir." I laughed at the note, and then I saw the signature. It was a note from Arnold Antokia. He's still the same comedian, but now leveled up. He's now customs officer. The inspection went well. There were no suspicious things whatsoever. My boss called me again, and he told me he's giving me a 1-month paid holiday. I booked a flight bound for the Philippines. I packed my things. Maybe we should pause it. When I boarded the plane, Joseph Edgardo Paulo Buenviaje's voice greeted my ears. He was the captain of Delta Airlines Boeing 767-300ER. I never get the chance to talk to him though. Upon arriving at Ninoy Aquino International Airport, I waited 3 hours for my flight bound for Davao City. On the lobby, I met Adrian Desquitado, the president's personal advisor. Yeah. Speaking of which, I read his book, The Final Paradox. It was about living life through life's contradicting policies. He's working with Huelong Chow, who is now a neurosurgeon. He told me that Elias Cordero recently received his 5th star as a Major General. When I arrived in Davao City, my boss phoned me again. He said he was retiring and told me that I was the next in line to be the captain of the relationship. My face flushed red when I heard of the news. So many good things have happened to me. I learned a lot of things from the errand my boss gave me. The best thing about it was I met some of my classmates and discovered that they are living their lives now as professionals. I'm so excited to see them one day again in our alumni homecoming. I'm looking forward to discover that time never changes friendship. Really, I am.